And we are back. So, last we left off, the party has found themselves in dire straits all around, with Trist being abducted by one of the foul hive lurkers, carried off into God knows where. We'll find out shortly. With Velry, Moog, and Rogar all successfully defending themselves, though at quite a bit of cost, as you took a severe amount of damage, all of you. On the other side of this coin, the infamous bard Zunlin was bludgeoned to unconsciousness inside Conwich. And that's where we're picking up. As Zunlin awakes, hurt. You have 1 hit point. And you have 1 point of exhaustion. You can click the little exhaustion button. As you awake, beaten. You're in a familiar place. You kind of look around.
Oh, God. Where am I?
You are actually at the Temple of Boel. It's an empty room.
Okay.
Attendant Nazir has a hand over your head, kind of, and she has a cloth that she's been dabbing some of the smatterings of blood off of you. Oh, thank you, lady, you're awake.
Well, I'm going to keep to myself that religion does royally freak me out after our whole, background with Lolth. Drow kind of have a history there, so. But, she's helping me out. Surely there are strings attached in the long run because religion, but okay. I'm going to hold my tongue and go, hi.
You've been asleep for quite some time. One of the sailors brought you in. A fan, he said.
Could you point him?
Quite badly.
Who was the fan, and could you point them out in an audience?
Yes. It's one of the sailors. He unloads the ship's Morag's crew.
Can I walk? Am I able to move?
You sit up and you're like, oh, it hurts. You've been beaten, and you can visibly see your clothing is torn where you were actually sliced into with throwing axes. However, the wounds appear to have been healed over. You might have some scars, maybe. Other than that,
will the clothes cover the scars?
Sure, if you got to mend it, maybe.
All right, very expensive clothes, a little bit angry, but a little bit embarrassed. I'm going to ask her, could you help me get to the door?
Of course. Should you be walking right now?
Probably not, but okay. I gotta go to the door if you don't mind.
All right. As you begin to walk with her, you see her take she reaches down on her hip as she's kind of helping you. And here, I'll drink this.
I'm going to be very suspicious of this because I've not had a good history in this town so far. She's probably fine, but you never know.
Okay. You can give me an inside check.
All right. The one person I'm suspicious of. Probably the only one that's not a mess. Oh. There it is. It looks safe to me. I'm gonna drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it looks great.
All right, gulp.
Well, you don't feel that this lady is distrustful. At least you don't feel like she's hiding anything as you kind of look at her. She's a very innocent face. Rogar did speak highly of her. The last time you were here, you didn't have a sense of malice coming off of her whatsoever. Not that you know much about these religions or anything like that, but Apparently, you can probably glean by the sparse environment, the lack of finery, that this is a very a goddess that is very friendly, at the least. And you're a little probably put off by that at first, but
Doesn't seem trustworthy or real, but it's fine.
doesn't seem like there's going to poison you, at least. As you take it, you drink it. It is ice cold water. As it drips down your throat, you will recover 12 points of damage.
Dear Lord.
As in her own way, she casts Cure Wounds on you as you approach the door.
Oh. Well, I'm going to have to look more into this religion.
And you feel better. You feel slightly more vibrant.
Am I still exhausted?
Yes.
Darn it.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You have a point of exhaustion.
Okay. Well, when we get to the door, I want to... Mm-hmm. What all do we see right outside? What is right next to
the doors are open. The first thing that you notice, Zune, is that it has gotten much later in the day, as in it's about to get dark, in fact.
Oops.
The sun is going down. You have been unconscious for quite some time, apparently.
Inconvenient. Okay. What is the temple close to? Is it like away from the rest of the city?
No, and Conwich is very small. As you look out, you see there is a general, almost like a market kind of area in the center of town, where there are a couple stands set up that serve food and things like that. And being this late, there are a few stands that are cooking meals currently. To your left, you have the actual Bitter Snout Trading Company official office.
Oh.
And then further past that, you have the town hall that is the de facto personal quarters for Morag, as well as the de facto, what am I trying to say, warehouse for some of the ships as well. To your right, you have the Codfathers off in the distance, and of course the Dirty Ox Inn. A couple of other buildings are nondescript, a couple houses here and there, but nothing of too much interest.
I'm not going toward those other two places.
Okay.
I'm going to ask her and point out, are there people out and about, milling about? I imagine.
There are people that are unloading ships and moving, and I will say right now, Zune, you see that the ship that is currently moored off in the harbor, they're shuttling to and fro. The unusual thing about it, Zune, is that there are a few individuals on the pier, on one of the closest piers to you. They're all wearing straw hats, and they all have weapons on their person. Not that you know about anything else that's happened to the other party members, but you do see these individuals, and they're kind of talking to each other. And in addition to that, they're talking to what appear to be warriors in samurai armor that are also kind of conversing with them. You haven't seen any official guards in this town, and these look like guards of some kind.
Sounds legit.
The symbol on their chest. Give me a history check.
All right. Mm-hmm. Let's see, history.
An 8.
I don't know.
So you don't recognize the symbol. It means not much to you. You don't know a whole lot about the dynasty in general, being from a entirely different realm and in and of itself. But this is obviously some kind of guard or some kind of soldier, one or the other.
Yeah, doesn't involve me. That seems fine, and I don't, whatever. This is fine. This is totally fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're not after me because otherwise I'd be dead by now. So I'm going to ask her, and she's still with me, right?
She's at the door, yes.
Is my fan in this group of people?
No, he is, I do believe he went home for the day. He lives outside the walls.
Oh, that's dangerous.
It can be. It can be.
Do you know where the rest of the people are that I originally came here with?
Rogar and his companions.
Rogar the Great, yes.
Rogar the Great. I don't know. Last I heard, they went back to Bors's farm, as far as I know. But that was earlier this morning. I've not heard anything else.
If you don't mind, may I go ahead and just rest here for just a little bit longer?
Of course, no problem.
Okay.
It's at this point that you do notice, Zune, that there are 5 bundles off to the side. Not near the door, but kind of off to the side. And this is one big, large chamber. There are no individual rooms. It does appear to be a door towards the back, past the actual altar kind of area.
Kind of like a hostel.
Very much like a hostel. There are 5 bundles. We'll call it if you're looking at the door, the right side of the room. You look over, and they look humanoid in shape. They're bundled up tightly, bound with cord.
So I'm not very familiar with your religion.
Yes.
Did I miss the ritual sacrifice?
That's very funny.
Is it?
What do you? These unfortunate souls were brought in earlier. Apparently there was a fire and perhaps a wild beast or something. They're mangled men. They were a mercenary company. Several men went out and slaughtered outside the walls.
Oh.
Yes, it's quite strange. Bor said he was going to look into it. In fact, he said he'd be back soon to ask me of my findings.
Is it okay if I have a look at this? Is this related to the other stuff, possibly?
I'm not sure if you'd have to give me a persuasion check if you would like to.
I know, it's weird. Just my own morbid curiosity. Let's see. And your hair looks so ravishing today.
A 20. That's really good. So, well, I don't see how it would hurt.
Thank you, dear.
And okay, she doesn't leave, just to make sure you don't do anything disrespectful to the bodies under her care, but you kind of move over to them. They have been bathed in essential salts and oils to cleanse them and give them a final rest. As you move over, they don't smell like corpses as you move close.
It's weird.
It is weird, but you kind of get down and you open up the first one. The first one you see is most obviously a corpse as you open it up, actually at the head area, and the entire head, neck, shoulders, and then probably down, if you were to look any further, are charred, gristled flesh.
Yikes. Is there anything of significance on them that's been, on their person, any papers, anything like that?
Give me an investigation check.
Right. Investigation. Please be good. Nope. I don't see anything. It looks good.
No.
Probably burned up in the fire.
You don't see much. You're kind of looking them over. No, don't see anything.
Nothing out of order here.
No. Well, the other 4 are not burned, they are definitely dead. Most of them died with horrible looks on their faces. One in particular looks like it was ensanguinated as its throat was ripped out, and it looks like there's a bit of pruning of the flesh around the neck, face, and upper torso, as if it was literally sucked dry.
So weird. This one looks a lot like a squirrel I saw the other day.
Yes, whatever this creature is, it enjoys the taste of life.
Don't we all?
Uh,
Okay. I think I need to go ahead and just take a nap, if you don't mind. This is a lot to take in.
No problem. You can stay here if you'd like.
I would like that at this point. This is a very nice place.
Of course. We, Boel is a lady of mercy. She shows kindness to all. Feel free to take a nap. As that happens, you do hear large feet pulling up to the front of the temple.
If I can't, it's a huge room, so I could hear basically what's going on, right?
Yeah.
I want to sit on the closest bed to whatever the heck is about to happen over there, and I want to pull out my book and just.
Okay. Yeah, there's not so much beds; it's just kind of like mats, kind of on the floor. But you kind of go over to the nearest one and pull up a book and kind of looking over it, and you see you hear like a low growl noise coming from outside.
Oh.
And then you hear the clanking of armor. And then a man comes walking into the temple. In armor, he is armored up. He has a large sword on his hip, a short sword as well. And you recognize him as the Hobgoblin Boars, whose house you stayed at previously the day before.
Oh.
Yes.
Right.
The sheriff, essentially, of Conwich. Attendant Nazir, I'm sorry it took me so long. I've been looking for, our mutual acquaintance, as he kind of looks over and sees you, not recognizing you completely. He hasn't come by, has he? No, and in fact, this one actually asked about him recently. Really? Looks over. You. And you kind of pull the book down.
Yeah, just
Yes. You're one of Rogar's companions, yes?
We've really just met. I wouldn't say companions. I mean, I'm not with them right now. I've met them yesterday.
There's no need to be alarmed. I'm not here to arrest anyone.
That's fine, because there'd be no need to arrest me because I'm not one of their companions.
Yes. Did something happen to you?
Possibly not.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about these corpses, would you?
I actually do not know much of anything about these corpses.
Do you know where I can find Rogar?
I actually do not. Last I heard, he was going to you? He went to your house?
I went up to Woodfalls. He said that he never seen him. So that's why I heard they were supposed to be going to the ruins.
Oh.
So they never made it. They've disappeared. I've been looking.
Fascinating.
You really wouldn't know where they'd be.
I actually legitimately do not know. I've been in town. I didn't even know they were heading the rest of the way to the ruins yet.
Why don't you give me a persuasion test again, Zune?
Well, I legitimately don't know.
I know you don't.
Okay.
But you need to make a persuasion test on this one.
Okay. I did not do a good job.
Okay. He looks at you and kind of squints his eyes.
Is he trying to persuade me?
No, he's not. I'll tell you what. Why don't you come with me? I could use an extra set of eyes.
That sounds terrifying, and when I'm completely healed up, I am more than happy to just... I'll go with you because you're making me feel very guilty right now, so I will go with you.
Good.
Thank you.
Have you ever ridden a warg as you come out? And there's a large wolf-like creature. I mean, big. As big as a horse. With a elongated, almost flat face.
My family was partial to spiders, but, this is fine. They were very strange. We don't talk. So yeah, no, this is great. I am totally on board with writing whatever this is. Your wart?
Whatever this is has a name, as the creature looks back at you and begins speaking.
I apologize, sir. I had no idea. What is your name? Pray tell.
Bones.
That is a beautiful name. If I have a son, I will name it Bones.
Strong name. And he kind of looks back to the side and dips down a little bit.
Stronger than me.
As Boars.
Clearly.
Boars saddles up. There's like a saddle on his back. It kind of gets up onto him, reaches down to pull you up.
Oh, great. So I'm going to hop on.
Right on the back. And
yeah.
The warg stands
like
up.
A little kid.
Yep, holding on to his back.
Like a 5 foot tall little drow hanging on to this.
Eyes wide.
Whee! Whee!
As he begins to go quickly. And he begins to run out of town. As you're running out of town, you see, before you pass through the gate at the Dirty Ox Inn, you see Boreg and his 2 brothers standing there, one of them with a patch across his face. You kind of flip him off as you're going by, and he's just got his arms crossed and smiles. As you run out of town and disappear from view for now.
And probably forever. We'll
you think forever?
Happens. No, I mean I might die.
Except.
Zoom.
Need you to give me a perception test, Zoom.
Sure. Oh boy. I'm gonna die. Okay. Let's see. Perception. Where are you, my friend? Here we are. Boop, boop. Oh, I see all. Whoa. I am the all-knowing Zune. I know all things.
Natural 20.
I see them. I see Tristan. I have found him. I'm 500 miles away, but I have found him.
Now we'll say you're running out, and you see the warg is sniffing around, and it moves back towards Udvol's residence, the ruin of Castle Gatebreaker, on the hill outside of town. Right. He sniffs down, and then your check doesn't quite come into play yet, but Boars kind of pats Bones. We've already been over here. Let's try the barn. And he sprints around the side, moving very fast on this warg. You're having to hold on tight as he moves around. There's a strange number of these like pigeon crow like creatures hovering around Udvol's. Hundreds of them. Even in the dark, they're still kind of sitting there staring at you guys as you're moving around. Don't mind them. They've always been here. They don't do anything. I'm not even sure what they eat, but they seem friendly enough if you leave them alone. And you see like big swarms of them kind of flowing in the sky. Some of them even following you as you move towards the barn area. You see the barn, and then the warg takes off to the left in the direction that our party would know as he's sniffing on the ground. And Zune, you see as a creature about 10 feet tall, black, slimy, elongated head, long spindly body, long limbs, a prehensile 6-foot tail dragging back behind it as it's moving very quickly. And it has in its right paw a familiar wizard. As this creature is running, and it looks like it is moving towards a nearby ridge, and it's like on 3 limbs.
I'm going to scream and probably several octaves higher than I knew I could go. What the fuck is that?
Point at it, and Boars.
Yes.
And he pulls up the reins, and the creature and Boars and the warg are moving towards it, and it looks back and hisses.
I'm gonna scream at the same time it's hissing.
And I am going to need you to roll initiative.
Oh God, and I'm still half dead.
Oh,
right.
Yes.
I was not ready.
No, you were not.
Was not ready for any of this. Ooh, okay. Not natural, but I'll take it.
Let me just run this. It's not going to matter. What was it again?
It was a 20, but not natural. It was like 16 plus 4. Yeah.
20. All right. We roll for boars. Okay. Bones. All right. So
and I had a short rest, right? I did. I totally did. Probably had a long rest.
I'll give you a short rest. It's not a long rest.
I'm trying to look for where I need to mark exhaustion on my character sheet.
It should be under conditions. Okay, you have 1 point of exhaustion. It gives you disadvantage on ability checks. Ooh. Your perception test would be at disadvantage.
Too late now, bro.
I've already given it to you, so it doesn't matter. That was on me because I didn't catch it.
I appreciate it.
I didn't catch it, so that's on me.
All right.
However, it looks like you are going to be first.
Oh, Jesus.
So you are about 60 feet away from this creature as it hisses back.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bard up. Let's see. As a bonus action, I'm going to be sure to slap the guy that I'm going to slap the warg with some bardic inspiration as my bonus action because this is what I do.
Is that with your bagpipes?
Yeah. It's coming out. Balthrop is coming out, and we are going to be playing it. Yeah. We've been training for this Balthrop. It's our time. And let's see. Oh, how far away is it? About how far away is this thing?
About 60 feet.
60 feet. That's great. That gives me more things I can do. Oh, Jesus. Does it look smart? We will see. Ooh, that's gonna be weird. Let's see this. I have a weird one. Can I cast Detect Thoughts on this thing?
I mean, you can attempt to, yes. I do believe there's a saving throw.
There is. It's a Wisdom 15.
Wisdom? Okay.
Yep. And there is a caveat. If it has an intelligence of 3 or lower or doesn't speak language, it won't be affected.
It does not speak language.
Nah. Any language? Not even its own language?
Okay, I'll give you that. It does. It is a foreign language to you. Does it matter if it says that?
It says that you can learn surface. It doesn't state that you have to speak its language. It just has to have intelligence to know how to speak.
It is intelligent. And it does, I guess, in a sense, it has a language. So, yes. Wisdom save?
All right. Yes, wisdom save of 15.
That is a 17, unfortunately.
Ah, crap. Oh, well. It was worth a shot.
It's worth a shot. As you kind of reach out in the creature. You feel a lot of resistance whenever you attempt to invade its thoughts, like a lot of resistance.
And that is very startling for me.
It should be. It should be extremely startling. Which will then bring me to our warg, who is going to charge at the creature.
He has bardic inspiration.
He does.
Okay.
He's going to make 2 attacks. First one. What is your bardic inspiration a D8?
It is a D8.
Okay.
The warg is bardically inspired.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
That's fantastic.
As it runs forward. He's going
Blowing the hell out of these bagpipes.
He's going to make a bite attack at the creature. He's going to miss, unfortunately, even with the inspiration. It's not enough. Bites and hits nothing, unfortunately. However, let me pull up Boris' sheet real fast. Where are you? Should have been ready for this earlier. Okay. Boris is going to, now that you guys are engaged, and it is his turn now, he's going to make an attack. It's going to hit. That's going to hit. That's going to hit as he action surges. And that's going to hit 4 hits as he starts carving into this thing. So we're looking at... Jesus. In very quick succession. Why did I even do this? Boars he just slashes through this thing. 4 slashes. He unsheaths his long sword that he has on his hip, and very expertly, while still holding on to the warg, begins to slash at the creatures that's hissing and moving. An expert on the mounted creature that he's in. However, Zunlin is not an expert in mounted creature combat, so I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw to see if you stay seated.
Let's find out what happens. All right, dexterity saving throw. Fingers crossed, it's not a 1. Ooh, I am also an expert in this.
It's not showing up for me.
Oh, it's an 18, but 18? It's a 24.
24.
It's
okay.
Natural 18.
Yeah. My internet probably conked out for a second. We're good. 18.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or 24.
In that case, it's a nat 20 if your internet's conked out.
No, it's not. But still good. You managed to stay seated as you're kind of holding on behind him, and as you witness him begin to slice into the creature. And as he does, you are showered with acid.
No! I gotta protect my face.
You, Boars, and Bones all take 13 points of acid damage. As he's slicing into it, and he's gritting through the pain. Each one is Bones
well, that brings me
out.
Back down to 0.
So Zune, as he's sliding into it, and suddenly, wishing you would have been thrown off the warg, you were splashed with a caustic liquid as you.
Well, if you took a short rest, did you heal up any?
You could attempt. You can roll hit dice. That's fine.
Please.
Sure. I will allow it.
I don't know how. Let's see.
It's fine. We'll say that you're still standing at least. You can just roll them as you're at your leisure, but you do slice into the creature, and you kind of slide off of Bones' back, and you kind of fall down onto your hindquarters, and
my money maker.
Yeah. As this happens, you see the creature just gives like a death cry and falls over dead. As Boars, and he's like flicking the acid off of his blade, and the sizzling begins to stop. However, there is a wizard that is melted in acid next to you and is making death saving throws at this point because he has hit 0 hit points.
Since I have those 2 health potions that I got from Rogar whenever he gave them to me before I destroyed his chances at getting any more health potions, can I use one of those on him? Okay, I'm going to do that.
You can. Okay. Yeah. You can go ahead and move and use one.
Yeah. Look at that, Rogar. You saved his life without even realizing this.
Indeed.
Let's see. What do I roll for it?
2d4 plus 2 hit points.
2d4, 1, 2, plus 2. Okay, so 2d4 will be 7 plus 2, so he is at 9. Or
9 hit points.
He is saved. And I'm going to use one on me because, ouch, I've had a long day and I'm not about this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I get 7 plus 2 for me. So 9 for me. Hooray.
Hit points. Let me mark. I need to mark his levels of exhaustion because he also has a level of exhaustion now. So let me find that for him real fast. He's going to appreciate it. I know he is. There we go. 1 level of exhaustion for him. Good. But he
Darby
just popped
could give
up.
a TED talk on exhaustion levels in D&D.
As you quickly scramble over to him and smash one of the healing globes over his face, and he comes to. Oh, I do declare that was a dark day for me. You are quite the lovely sight, my bardic friend.
This is true.
Oh.
I am quite a lovely sight. Thank you. I was starting to feel a little bad, but you know what?
To sit up, he's singed repeatedly, and as he kind of looks at himself, he takes out his pocket watch, and well, not that this strange watch thing would be anything that you know what it would be. It's a very strange looking contraption, and as he looks at it, his clothes begin to re-knit themselves, and they look as if they were never burned.
I'm going to ask him very politely, if you would not mind terribly, can you fix my outfit?
Oh, of course, it would be my pleasure. As he does the same for you, and your clothes re-knit themselves as he mends them back together. Oh,
yeah.
Boris.
I'm following the wizard.
Boris. May Boel smile upon you, my friend. I'm talking to myself here. This sucks. Yes. Yes, indeed. I'm glad I got here in time. Where's the rest? And at this point, Rogar, you've seen this happen at this point. I'm sure you've called down to your companions. You guys are kind of running in this direction. Oh, I finally found all of you. There is Trist, safe and sound, dusting himself off, trying to look like he's not feeble right now. There's also a very beaten and also emaciated looking bard as well that's also exhausted. You guys are all together.
Oh.
They also look pretty rough, right? Or no, you all have healed yourselves.
They look, no, they haven't healed yet. They look pretty bad. They all look pretty messed up, burned in fact. Oh, Valerie, let me, a lady such as yourself should not be in such a dire state of, well, just come here a moment. And he begins to mend your clothes back together, Valerie. He doesn't look at Rogar. No reason to. There's nothing to mend. He wears a loincloth. He would offer services to you as well, Moog, if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. What do I need? Some healing for sure.
Oh, he's not healing you. He's just mending your clothes back together.
Oh, there's not much to mend.
There better be some to mend, Moog.
Not much. I mean, you know, I'm mostly naked in fur.
No.
And beef and cheese.
He mends together your clothes you wear under your armor, Moog, because you're not naked.
Clothes I wear under my armor.
Mend your clothes together.
Sorcerer, it's good to see you.
Oh, yes, White Scale. It is, I fear that I was, almost beyond the land of the living.
These things would have taken you back and put something inside you.
Oh, that sounds quite unpleasant. And as he looks down, very curious, the curious nature takes over at the creature that's quickly turning into a pile of goo as the caustic blood appears to be melting the rest of the creature at this point. Rogar, these appears to be the same creatures we saw before, but we saw the smaller ones. Is this normal?
Yes, these are the ones that capture you, take you back, put you against the walls. The little ones will then come, attach themselves to your face. Some way they reproduce, I'm guessing.
Wait a minute. So these come and they reproduce with your face?
Seems strange enough as he looks down at the creature. It appears to be this is some kind of almost like an insect, Rogar. If what you say is true, it must be gathering either food or materials and bringing it back to its nest.
Well, can we track where this one was going to take you? Are there tracks? So I don't know how to track. I'm not a tracker. I've only worked with a few rangers in my time, but do one of you know how to do your whatever and find this?
Well, a wise man's called. We could find where they lay. But do we want to? Is the question.
Absolutely not. But I mean, okay, so just take me back. Where exactly were you all heading?
We were told to go to a grove. The old man, Udvo, sent us to find his son. I believe it's pronounced Gilbert. And his daughter. Apparently he was most concerned. As he looks to Triss to see if he says anything about that.
Yes, most concerned indeed. As you say this, you spoke with Udvo. Still writing on his work.
Yes, boss. Bones, good to see you as well.
Yes, Rogar. Good to see you.
We spoke to the old man. He cast magics. I do not understand what he did. Perhaps a sorcerer can tell you more, but he sent us to find his child or his grandchild.
Did you find them? Are they dead?
The trail led us to the grove. And so we came across these things.
Well, I did not see Nyarla nor Gilbert when I last visited Udvo's, but he also mentioned he'd never seen you. Appears me and him need to have another chat, but...
Careful, boys.
I think that we should first probably find these missing people.
Quick question. If you don't mind, those crow pigeons, do they ever go anywhere else, or are they always right there?
Well...
Over Udball.
Let's see.
The Kridgens.
Kridgens, exactly.
Kridgens.
With a 6. Boars just kind of shrugs his shoulders. It's the only place I've ever seen them. They hang out around the ruins. Maybe they have a nest in there or something. I don't know.
And you mentioned that if you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. What happens if you mess with them?
I've seen, boys will be boys occasionally, and we've seen, in the past, we've had a few teenagers throw rocks at them, and they retaliated, attacked them. Nothing too serious, just scared them off.
I am looking at the party. Ogar will say, "We should at least rest for an hour, at least."
It is getting late.
What time of day is it?
It's dark. It's getting dark at this point.
Yeah.
Dark.
We could do like a long rest, maybe.
Either that or go back to the The farm.
Billy's gonna say yes. Maybe we should go back to the farm.
Before
Yes.
we go back, I saw something that I don't know if this would be of any interest to you, but it looks like there are new ships that have come into dock.
Yes.
And
Him. He's back again.
him?
The Sea Hag. Come back.
Oh,
It's one of those. Well, he's a noble. Well, he pretends to be, at least, from Portorona.
and that's why he had those fancy-looking straw hat guards.
Usually, he doesn't travel with Ronin like that, but I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with that. They haven't said much. Appears they had some trouble on the way here. They're repairing their ship.
Trouble, yes, I saw. I saw the 5 half-charred corpses.
Yeah, that's another
that's
matter
a-
entirely. As
Oh, it's a
he
tryst.
he very much looks at all of you, knowingly what happened, and is trying not to say anything in front of the newcomer. He's not.
And the
He
new-
doesn't have a good poker face, though. It's easy to read, especially for Zune.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad we're all on the same page here. Okay, guys. What the fuck? What are you? What is this?
We are companions. Rogar looks around. Look at everyone. Yeah.
Yes, Rogar. What are we?
Rogar and I are fighters. Yeah. Huh.
True.
I'm,
True Moke.
Yes. Also, I'm looking for my cousin.
Who is your cousin?
His name is Zidron Drawjaw. Went missing a few months back.
Is there any chance I would hear anything weird about some weird bugbear cousin?
No, there's no way.
Okay,
There's
it's just
no-
so
there's no way.
weird.
There's no way.
We knew.
It's way too far back.
One of the reasons we were heading up north, though.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Zune, we are together for our own reasons, but let's just say we have business in these parts. It's brought us together. And there is, as Rogar likes to say often, an aspect of camaraderie, perhaps one would say family.
It's a sense of family. Yes, family.
I understand. Like, what was the name of that? Out of character. What was the name of that group in town that just jumped me?
Ghost Beaters? Oh, no, excuse me. The Straw Hat Ronin?
No.
Oh, no. The Mar.
The organized crime.
Mar.
Yeah. The Mar.
Yes.
Okay, so organized family like the Mar.
Not entirely. I wouldn't say so. No.
We have worked for them before. Rogar
Progress
points
says.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well,
you know,
Powerful clan.
Boars, and well, it's hard not to get by without working with them here. For the most part, the dynasty has abandoned this place. We need to accept help from whoever we can.
What has happened to you, Scroll? Your face is bluer than usual.
let's just say I learned a very important lesson on cultural differences and professional etiquette. Lesson learned. I feel great. It's not that blue, is it?
It is blue. I
Thank
understand.
you, Rogar.
New places are hard to get used to.
You are
You're
so offensive, but that is fine. Okay, well, then your family here, would you mind terribly if I just kind of tagged along and wrote a little bit more about your stories? Because this is really fascinating stuff.
Of course not. I fear, it would be great for one day perhaps to have an accompaniment of novels of my great escapades and my, let's just call them discoveries into the unknown.
Friend Rogar and I will accomplish many feats to write down in your journals and tales, and regale your fans for many years.
Yes, and Randy Savage, Moog here can definitely use.
Bonesaw is ready, okay? Bonesaw is ready.
Yeah.
Broadjaw is ready.
All right. Tristan the Weird, Rogar the Great, Moog the Cheese, and Velry the Magnificent. This is perfect.
Dangerous.
Okay, I can work with this.
Listen, beef and cheese.
Velry the Thirsty. That works.
Or the Ripper.
Ooh, I like that.
Trish kind of gets close to your ear. She is the most dangerous one here, just so you know.
Obviously, woman.
Yes, of course. And ironically, are you trying to hide your affiliations, Zune, with Loth?
Absolutely.
You're gonna need to give me a deception test.
Mm.
I hope you roll good.
Boop. Boop boop.
Okay. You barely beat him.
Hello.
Ha
For reasons, Tristan is very familiar with the Veiled Realm. And you get that he kind of tilts his head a little bit, but he doesn't quite connect the dots yet as to your affiliations and who you might be more close to, let's just call it.
Can I pick up on why he might, would I have ever heard of this very strange man? Is there
that's a good idea. Yeah, go ahead and give me a what would this be? I guess I'll give you a history check at advantage.
Okay. When I'm adding advantage.
So you just roll it twice.
Oh, please, thank you. Oh no, I did even worse. No. I have no idea who this guy is.
No, you don't. You've never heard of him.
He's asking weird questions.
I will say, it's not uncommon for people other than Drow to visit the Veiled Realm. At least the main, the over city, and it does have an under portion where the full Drow mostly dwell. There are a lot of half Drow that dwell on the surface, and Silver Dorai. And that is the main cultural center of the Veiled Realm right now. And it's not too uncommon to see out-of-towners, but you can't place them, and you haven't heard anything significant that comes to mind as of yet.
And surely I would have heard of a male non-drow hanging around, so yeah, that's...
yeah, of course.
What species is he?
He is a high elf.
Oh, yeah, I would have heard about this. Okay, yeah, no.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, with that all having taken place, well, do you guys want to go back to the farm and rest, or would you like to try to get some leads now?
I think we should all
I don't know about everybody else, but I sure could take a nap. And probably a bath.
Good.
My party is too damaged, too weakened. I must rest.
Well, let's go. I will escort you. Seeing as how he can't carry you all, but he could definitely outpace you. But he's looking okay. He is burned along his side, and so is Bones. But they soldier on. They're still doing pretty good.
As we're walking along, GM,
yes,
I would like to make an investigation check on myself for a beef and cheese sandwich to make sure I'm not carrying one anywhere. On a 19.
Okay. You begin to look yourself over. You don't see any penetrating wounds, Moog, that you can see on your person.
Yeah.
You did have slashes into your back that you remember, like claws. You don't see anything that you think would result in perhaps a unwanted passenger.
Yeah. Okay. No beef and cheese sandwiches.
No beef and cheese sandwiches.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Keep on walking.
However, who has a high perception besides Trist?
Like,
I have a decent perception. I have a +5.
Okay, so you would have a 15 then. So, okay, well, ironically, Zune, once again, is the first one to notice. Maybe because you're being so on guard now after Trist asked some things. You guys are kind of walking together, and you notice that Trist kind of, for a moment, it looks like he's walking, and then he like falls out of sync, and there's like two of him for a split second. And then it's back to one. Just quick. And he kind of holds his head for a minute and then keeps walking.
Okay.
is that
No, you do not. Zune is the only one who sees it.
And I saw that weird watch. Is there any way I could roll any kind of... let's see.
It would be, I'll tell you what, it'll be a hard check. Give me an Arcana check, actually. It will be, this will be a difficult DC.
Just a 12.
No, you're not sure what's going on. No idea.
Oh, that's very bizarre. But I'm gonna put that away in there and just keep an eye on this weirdo. I'm gonna be super up him, like all up in his area.
All up in his area.
So that'll be fun. Yeah.
As you guys all move back, unhindered the rest of the night, the extreme heat of the day dying down very quickly to a somewhat pleasant night. A little hot, a little steamy, this close to the ocean, but nonetheless, you make it back to Bors's farm. You are ushered in. You're allowed to take rest wherever you so please. Does anyone want to post up watches tonight?
Or we'll take a first watch.
Okay. Is anybody watching with him? Are we taking separate watches? What are we doing?
I will. You're going first. I'll go second.
Okay.
I'll go third. That's fine.
We only need 2 watches.
Oh, just 2? That's great. Okay.
Yeah. So first watch, go and roll perception. I love it.
No.
I love it. I love it so much.
You're terrible.
It's an 8 for the Son of Amu.
It's true. Wasn't very good.
No, it was not. Rogar, you kind of sit down outside the barn, just on your haunches, thinking about the day. You kind of drift off for a moment. Nobody saw it. You don't see anything. Surely you're fine.
Who would dare attack instead of Amu?
What was that?
Is Trist on first watch?
Okay, we can have him on first watch. As a matter of fact, I would love to have Trist on first watch.
Oh, God.
Yes, I would definitely love to have Trist on first watch right now.
Why?
Okay, good. Well, actually, hold on. Yep. Rogar, you kind of drift off. You hear a couple voices talking to each other, and you kind of you look over and you see Trist smoking his pipe. That's it.
All right.
Your watch ends. I do declare it is probably time for me to take my rest as he moves over to go lay down. Second watch.
All right. Want a perception check?
Yes, please.
Oh, nice.
9 for Valerie. 17 for the arrow of Boag.
Yeah.
All right.
He's perceiving.
You're a little on edge now, Moog, after everything that's happened.
Perceiving.
God. As you begin to watch out, taking up posts kind of outside the barn where you've slept before. Valerie, despite her best efforts, does drift a little bit.
It's been a while since she's eaten raw flesh, so that's
it is. She's a little overindulged, maybe.
Tired,
she's got a heavy gut.
Rude.
However, Moog, you're watching out, and with 17 Moog, let me make sure. Just for a moment, you see something. It's about 150, 200 feet out. In one of the nearby woods. And you spot it with your very keen eye. A flash of fabric. It's black. Matter of fact, for a moment, you don't even realize that you've seen it. It's like you just saw very quick movement, and then there's nothing.
I'll point that direction and quietly tell Valerie that I saw something in the tree line.
I guess I'll wake up from my slumber for a second. But do I see it when he points it out?
You don't see anything over there. Go ahead and give me, well, you already made your perception test. But you do get the general direction of where he's pointing. Hell, he doesn't even see anything anymore.
Yeah. Definitely not something that I would risk moving from the post to go check. It could have just been shadows for all Moog would think. He's not a very smart fella.
So the rest of you being on guard, kind of very stressfully finish a long rest. You do finish it, which does remove a point of exhaustion, Zoom. Every time you finish a long rest, it removes 1 point. I will do the same for Trist. Unfortunately, I can't have the player come back and then be exhausted. I wish I could. Maybe I will. But for now, he's back to normal. The day is yours. However, let's do some rolling real fast before we decide what we're going to be doing. This morning, it is once again super hot. It is hot out here. I need one of you to roll me a d20. A 5 from Moog. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. As the day is yours, you all wake restfully. Moog and Valerie a little bit agitated, but you do get a full rest. What would you like to do? You're still at Bors's abode.
I'm assuming we'd set off back to the Grove.
Okay.
In daylight.
Yeah.
It is daylight. Once again, it's very hot, but you begin to move that way. Do you say anything to Bors?
We tell him where we're going.
Okay. Do you need me to come with you? I do have rounds to make, but if you think it's necessary, I will travel.
I think think you would be better served here in the town.
Good. I'll do my best. Oh, and Rogar, about the man in town. Apparently he's looking for you.
Which man?
I told you of him yesterday. He's the captain of the Sea Hag.
You will have to wait. I will come see him when we find out what's happening in this grove.
As you move away, Rogar, and you begin moving, all of you, traveling towards the grove. You pass by the ruined estate, or the ruined castle that once was Castle Gatebreaker. And you see the swarm of Krydgens circling the area, almost like they're patrolling. You pass by the barn house, where you found the strange cows in the warded building. And you move your way back to the place where you almost lost a party member. And you're there at the base of the grove. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Whispers from the Stars. Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
A lot of combat?
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of combat. Oh, full cloak. We're going full cloak of elven kind for Valerie.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we're still
Putting the hood up. Yes. Yes, there you go. Put the hood up. She disappeared. Yes, I love it. I love it. But as usual, guys, awesome game. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I did. And we always do a favorite moments of the night from the cast and crew before we officially sign off. So let's go clockwise. We'll start with the son of Amu, Rogar.
Favorite moment. I think it was the Zunlin combat. I enjoyed. There was a lot of
Which
critical,
one?
well, the first one. There was a lot of critical fails. I was like, this is going on a lot longer than I thought it was going to go on.
It did.
So I was impressed that he was able to survive for so long. Against three bugbears. So yeah, it was impressive and funny. I thought that a lot of goof ups. Just everyone slipping and falling, and it was great. It was
Like
great.
Three
I loved
Stooges.
Yeah.
Serious Benny Hill, man. Just
Was.
Benny Hill music, yakety
Was.
sax everywhere.
For a minute there, it was. And how about Andrea Zune? Favorite moments of the night?
I enjoyed you not killing me, the many opportunities you had to kill me.
Oh.
So I think that's my favorite moment of the night. No, really, I think it was poor Trist. Just being pretty much eviscerated, and then for a minute there I was worried that everyone was going to forget that he was being carried off into oblivion, and I was like, I'm not there, so I can't say anything, but I think Portras, his escapades were probably my favorite.
Indeed. One must always be punished. Always. How about Dan Decker Moog?
Oh, so yeah, so many great moments tonight. Obviously, Zune and their battles, but for me personally, two things. This image of after and then.
Oh yeah.
The 5,
Oh,
6,
yeah.
6.
It was.
And
I'm
finally,
impressed. I'm impressed.
And finally, Valerie comes, to my rescue and to the rescue of Rogar, and then it all finishes with, and being in one right in the backside. So that was pretty cool. But overall, got real tense when Trist was offed with. That really worried me a lot. So it's an overall good fun tonight.
Good. Unfortunately, I couldn't implant him with anything. I wish I could have. Speaking of implanting him, Velry!
Yes. No, I think Lynn, that first scene with Lynn was pretty great indeed. And that was my favorite moment.
Good. If I had a favorite moment for the night, well, I wish it would have been Kayla not reminding me that Triss could rewind time, because it was going to be glorious. It was going to go through the full way through him. It was going to be like Bishop from Aliens, all the way through, blood spurting out of the mouth. Ruined it for me, but still, I got to card him off. It was great. I loved how you all left him up there. Oh, it was so good. It was so, I couldn't have staged it better than by myself. It was great. It was great. Yeah, so that was my favorite moment. I'm sure it will be Alan's when he finally watches this. But as usual, thank you guys very much for watching. Do make sure to like the channel, subscribe as well. Helps everybody gets a little bit out there. We do have links for Dan Decker and his YouTube down below. It's always been in the description. It's always been there for at least for a while.
Always there, just like me. Always there,
just like him. Always there,
ever present.
So, as usual, thank you guys for watching, and that's gonna be it.